Welcome to the world of probiotic foods. This is Cultured Food Life with your host, Donna Schwenk.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining me. And today we're going to talk about 7 ways to change your gut. And gut health is so important, guys. I don't think you understand how important it is for not just, your gut to be healthy, but it affects everything in your body, everything across the board. It's just more important than you can imagine. And having a healthy gut means that you contain large amounts of healthy bacteria, viruses, and fungi. You are hundreds of thousands of billions of these types of organisms in your body. But that is not all. A healthy gut also communicates with the brain through nerves and hormones, which helps maintain general health, well-being, and gives you less anxiety. If you've been experiencing more anxiety and digestive distress, the first place you should look is to your gut. This is your body's cry for help, and since you're the captain of your ship, this is your body trying to get your attention, and you could be just a meal away from fixing it. And I'm not kidding about that. It can make such a difference what you do at your next meal. Dysbiosis and inflammation of the gut have been linked to several mental illnesses, including anxiety, depression, which are happening more and more in this society. I'm seeing it more, especially in young people. I'm seeing this. And resetting your gut can restore the normal balance of the microbiome by removing the foods that feed the harmful bacteria and cause inflammation and disease. And when you introduce plenty of probiotic foods and prebiotic foods, those feed your beneficial bacteria. So therefore, you have more energy to exercise, you do more things that make you happy, and your body is communicating on a high level with all the cells of your body. It just creates balance throughout the whole system, including what's going on in your mind. And when we have outside influences that are affecting us, things that make us feel out of control, anxiety is really something that is prevalent. And people get nervous and they feel like they can't control anything. And one of the most common things you can do is to make sure that your gut has all the beneficial bacteria that it needs to be happy and to communicate on all levels with all the cells of your body. Research has shown that short-term dietary changes do alter a person's gut flora quite rapidly. You are closer than you think you are. And actually, you're only one meal away from changing your gut. It takes a little bit, and before you know it, your microbes shift, and then you start to crave the very foods that you need. And it gets easier and easier. And this is the truth. People don't realize that just by shifting what you eat, you start to crave different foods. And if you don't believe me, look at the foods that you're eating on a regular basis and look at the foods that you're craving. Those are the foods you're going to be eating because you're craving them because you keep eating them. So there are 7 processes that I practice that really made my life and gut change in life-giving ways. And if you change your gut, it will make you happy. Just you wait and see. I'm telling you, it does. It works. And good things are coming. You can't always see it yet, but it's like waiting for you because honestly, you're just a meal away. Okay, so let's go over the 7 ways to heal your gut, okay? Now, number 1, 4 to 5 servings of prebiotics. Now, prebiotics are a must to have your gut flora flourish. And they're things like fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds, and eating a lot of fruits and vegetables can be daunting, but it really doesn't have to be. It can be so easy to do. It's not as hard as you think. And once you get in the rhythm of it, you'll crave those foods and you'll find more and more things to eat that are easier and easier. For instance, just a kefir smoothie with fruit is 1 serving, okay, for breakfast. And half of your plate at lunch and dinner should be like non-starchy vegetables like a salad or asparagus. Asparagus are huge prebiotics. Leeks are huge prebiotics. Onions are huge prebiotics. Broccoli, kale, all of those things are huge prebiotics. So are fruits and vegetables. Fruits, they're huge. And then here's something else that you can add. You can add some resistant starch vegetables, such as potato or sweet potatoes, beans or rice, and watch your gut flourish. Now, the secret to resistant starch is to have these foods cold, like a potato salad, or to have even things like rice, I make like a rice pudding that's good. These things resist digestion when they're cold. And they actually don't have very many calories in them because they feed your microbiome. They don't really feed you because they're cold. And if you want to learn more about resistant starch, you need to check out my article because I have a bunch of stuff about that. And it's so life-changing. It's one of the things that you should really do on a regular basis because it feeds your phytobacteria, which is really important. And when you feed that, it feeds everything else. And resistant starch is one of its favorite foods. So I will link that article in the description below because you do need to start eating some resistant starch. It is good. It tastes good. There's just a few little things you got to do, and it changes everything. Okay, leafy greens and foods such as garlics, leeks, asparagus, green beans, broccoli, and cauliflower really feed the microbiome to change your gut in one meal. So let me tell you something that's kind of cool. Okay, raw green beans, I munch on those a lot. And if you eat those, holy cow, they really change your gut microbiome in a very fast way. If you have let's say 10 raw green beans, which most people aren't really wanting to eat, but it makes such a difference to eat those that it shocked me. It absolutely shocked me what a difference eating raw green bean could do. So let me explain something to you. When you eat the stuff raw, you're feeding your microbiome. When you cook it, you're feeding you. And it's still good. It's still good for you, and it still helps your microbiome, but it helps it more if it's raw. So you need both for different reasons. And raw green beans, they are something else. Just give them a try. Okay, number 2, kefir for breakfast. I have this every morning. And it does so much for me and is so delicious that I really don't tire of it. I really love it every morning. And every year I change some things. I'll make a smoothie bowl. I'll change the stuff that I put in it. I always add collagen to my kefir now. And it has made my hair and my nails grow like crazy. My hair is the longest it has been in 15 years. I mean, it is just ridiculously long. And my nails, I literally had to trim them the other day. They were so long because they were just too long. I couldn't deal with it anymore. And that has been from the collagen, I know, because that's the only thing I really changed. And collagen is found everywhere in the body, and it's the most abundant thing in skin, bones, tendons, and ligaments. But it also holds our tissues together, providing the skeleton with a sturdy yet flexible structure that we can count on every day. I can't tell you how much it's helped me, and I love the way it makes my kefir taste. It tastes really good. I think I use one, and I have it I'll have it put this in the description link. I think I use the one by Primal Kitchen, the vanilla flavored one. I like that one the best. It's the one that I have used for many months now, maybe a year. And they have other flavors too, but I really like the vanilla. And I usually add frozen berries to it and blend it into a smoothie or a smoothie bowl. And that is something I do constantly. Now, number 3, exercise in your gut. Okay, I don't know if I can pronounce this correctly. Bacterium and other good bacteria increase substantially after exercise. This special bacteria produces high amounts of butyrate, and you want high amounts of butyrate, and anti-inflammatory compounds. And you want that because you want it to make short-chain fatty acids. And exercise can change the composition of your gut microbiome and insulin in a very strong way. And a little bit goes a long way. So, for instance, there was a study, and if you do 20 to 30 seconds of exercise before a meal, it changes the way your body handles your blood sugar. So what happens is, if you do, let's say you do, right before you get to eat, if you do like 30 squats or push-ups or lunges or just something for 30 seconds, you pile all the blood sugar into the muscle, making your blood sugar less likely to spike and makes it stable throughout the day and night. That's what happens. When you exercise, the blood sugar goes into the muscle and out of the bloodstream, and that's why it lowers your blood sugar. It also suggests that exercise feeds a very important Akkermansia bacterium in the gut. And this is a huge bacteria. It helps to seal and heal the gut. It has anti-inflammatory properties, and it appears to be in abundance in response to exercise. It really responds very, very well. And not a lot of it. You don't have to do a lot, but even a little goes a long way. Number 4, we got processed foods and anti-inflammatory foods. We've got different types of foods that feed your microbiome. So the standard American diet is packed with processed inflammatory foods, such as refined carbohydrates, seed oils, and this has really established a risk for gut dysbiosis, which is very common now. Our gut needs microbes, dietary fuel to fuel those activities. And for every 100 grams of fiber you consume, you make 30 grams of bacteria. And the fermentation process done by the microbes in your gut is necessary to achieve a powerful and robust immune system. And you want that, guys. That is your key to life. A lack of dietary fermentable fiber, which is quite common in the United States, deprives gut bacteria of the fuel it needs to the reduction of beneficial bacteria and can lead to the development of chronic conditions such as autoimmune diseases, metabolic distress, and mental health issues, among just a few others that there's just a mountain of things that it can cause. So eating real whole food is really, really important. And it can make all the difference in whether you're eating for health or whether you're eating for illness, because these foods are either inflammatory or anti-inflammatory. And most foods that come from nature are anti-inflammatory, and they heal you, while the processed foods and sugary foods inflame you. So that's a very important. Eat whole, real food. Number 5, I think you should add kombucha once a day. That's what I do. I love it because it tastes fantastic, but I love it because it has a special probiotic called Saccharomyces boulardii, which is an incredible probiotic, and you get lots of this powerful probiotic. It's one of the most researched probiotics and has been used worldwide to support gastrointestinal health. And it can be an effective probiotic because it survives the passage to the colon. A lot of bacteria get killed in the stomach acids, and this one does not. And when you have it around food, it has like a protective halo around it. It allows it to get to the part of the body where it needs to go. Because it means it has to survive the 98 degrees and be resistant to the stomach and bile acids, and then survive the complex and diverse microbiome world of the intestinal tract. And S. boulardii does this and more, and is resistant to antibiotics, heat, stomach acids. It's been used in hospitals to help with acute diarrhea in children and adults. I have seen that myself in some people that I was very close to that couldn't get rid of acute diarrhea, and the kombucha actually stopped it, which is loaded with Saccharomyces boulardii. It also offers support for C. diff, bowel disorders, AIDS patients, children with autism, inflammatory bowel disease. And if you need to take an antibiotic, it is very helpful to take this kombucha drink because it cannot be killed by antibiotics. So it really helps. And it also helps with candida overgrowth. And I wrote a whole article about that. It's kind of intense. It's great. It would explain, I'll have to put that in the link below because it will help you understand what's happening in the body. Because sometimes we get these symptoms, but we don't know what's happening. So we don't really know how to fix it. But it's important to understand what's happening so you can help assist your body in healing. Okay, number 6. Here's something that I love. Add a spoonful of cultured veggies 1 to 2 times a week. I kind of do it every day. To start out with, you could do 1 to 2 times a week, but you can add a lot more as you want. It lasts about 2 to 3 days in the body, and then it kind of dissipates. So, I had several close friends tell me their cholesterol started improving when they ate fermented foods. And their good cholesterol rose quite significantly, and they were really surprised how good their numbers were. It's a very interesting thing to find out how this works. So listen, this is cool. Beneficial microbes bring down cholesterol levels as they grow inside the intestinal tract. They consume some of the cholesterol that is present and incorporate it into their own cells. So this means the cholesterol becomes unavailable for absorption from the intestines into the bloodstream. So it naturally lowers your cholesterol. It also is one of the most powerful things you can do for an upset stomach. Cultured vegetables can assist you in any kind of stomach distress. The juice works just as well as the veggies. And I've documented this many, many times. I've had hundreds of people send me in information about how it helped them. And I actually just used it today because I was having an upset stomach. I don't know what was wrong. I wasn't feeling very good. So I was even telling my web guy, I don't think I can write this today. I don't feel very well. I've kind of got a headache and my stomach's upset. I don't know what's wrong with me. So I went in, I took some cultured vegetables. Actually, yeah, I took a spoonful of cultured vegetables, and about 20 minutes later, I felt fine. So then I finished the whole article. He was going to help me do some coding and stuff like that, and I didn't need it. And that happens, guys, it's happened so many times. I can't even put. The last month, I would say that my family has used cultured vegetables 3 or 4 different times because they weren't feeling well. We might have picked up something around here, but within a couple hours of taking it, we're all fine. And that's happened so many times that everybody knows to do that. My daughter, my husband, my 2 older kids, they all know to go get cultured vegetables if they don't feel well. And it literally works like magic. It's just, and if you don't believe me, go head over to my Lives Touch page and see all the emails and stories and testimonies from people who have had cultured veggies change their life. It's on my website in the menu bar called Lives Touch. We have so many people and so many testimonies. It makes all the difference in the world. Okay, number 7. This is very important. You need to help your heart and spirit. Everybody tells you to reduce stress, but that can be easier said than done when you're stressed out. And a good diet loaded with nutrient-dense food is so important to help make neurotransmitters in your brain that create calmness. But something I've learned throughout my many years on this planet Earth, it's not just about the food. If your heart or your spirit are broken, you can eat all the healthy food in the world, but your thoughts and pain can cause illness regardless of what you eat. And I have seen that many, many times. This is why it's so important to take time for yourself, connect with your heart. We are all more than flesh and bones, and I have spent my life searching and praying for guidance and wisdom on how to live the best life possible with the time that I have been given here. And I have my ups and downs too, but chances are good that life has impacted you in some way that makes you feel out of control. And you can control what you think about and what goes in your mouth, and the rest you've got to pretty much let go of. Practice this till it becomes second nature. Calm yourself down as best you can. Be thankful for the things in your life that you already have. And when I'm less than what I want to be, there is always grace to start over when I struggle. Always. Whether I'm upset about something or something's happened, there is always a way out. But the first step is to calm your heart, because that stress causes a lot of hormones that create disease. And if you can learn to calm that down with prayer and meditation, it has made all the difference in the world. It has made me calmer. It has made me happier. It has made everything in my life get better when I connected inside of me instead of to the world outside of me, because the world outside of you is crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy out there. It's scary out there. But I have found that it's not as bad if I calm down and I really look to see the things in my life that are good, but I kind of calm my spirit down. Things start to work out again. So I have an article too called 10 Ways to Lower Stress that might help you. They're all natural things you can do that have really helped me in the past, because I know all of us can lead pretty stressful lives. I mean, it can be, I'm telling you, it's just crazy sometimes out there. So the more we can connect with, our hearts and all of the things in our lives that are good, the more we can calm down those stress hormones and make everything better. So anyway, thanks for listening, guys. I hope this helps you. I hope you'll take care of your gut. It really is a key to living a really healthy, happy, and functional life in a way where you feel good all the time. It's really important. So I hope this helps, and let me know in the link description below if you like this, or if there's some other things you'd like me to talk about. I'd be happy to do it. And you guys have a good week, and we will see you next time.